What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Geektastic Cypher here on Free X Agents Media.
Yep.
It is the season.
It's been the season.
Maybe
for a minute,
tomorrow, once in a while.
I mean, yeah, it's
Until
been a minute.
tomorrow.
I don't know what he's saying.
Nowhere is my home.
Oh, that's the Littlest Hobo song.
I mean, I knew what he was singing. I just didn't understand why.
I only know that because of the Until Tomorrow. That's it. And I always used to get real sad. That song used to play. I used to get sad for no reason. Check.
It is a sad song, man.
Check childhood depression, huh? Why is that song making me sad when I'm like
30 seconds in, title, check childhood depression.
No, but that makes no sense. Why is that song bringing tears to my eyes?
That's,
I'm like,
that's why
I
I'm
don't
here,
know what
man. To bring back your PTSD and childhood traumas with my randomness.
I mean, so what? Someone got shot in front of me at Jump Up my first time. That ain't nothing.
Oh,
that ain't
shit.
nothing.
Just sing the Littlest Hobo's theme song and that'll do it.
That makes me cry. Wow. Oh, wow.
Guys, it's a wild one. It's a wild one this week. We have some great shows to discuss. There's one thing we won't be discussing, though, and we're just going to let you guys know right now. No spoilers for Spidey allowed. We're just going to let you guys understand that we are here. We are all fans of the MCU, and we're excited.
I don't think our people would do that.
I mean, I hope not, but I'm just letting people know we're not going to be cool with it, so don't do it. There's a good chance you will just get banned and blocked
temporarily, just for today.
Yeah. But still,
if
I mean, why would you want to temporarily get banned and blocked when it's such a fun show? You do the show with us. We have fun doing the show with you guys every week, you know. So
yes. Oh man, I'm like, I know we're not talking about it, but I am like eager. I can't wait.
Can't wait till tomorrow.
It's finally here.
Yeah, I'm seeing it tomorrow. So yeah,
it's finally here. I gotta wait extra day more than you guys, but.
Yeah,
but I gotta
that might be for the best.
Yeah, but I gotta say, in the meantime, in between time, for us fans of Hawkeye, some big things are going on. But before we get to Hawkeye, Toby, you saw it, right?
Of course.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Skinny. For those of you who are listening to this, you won't know what Skinny is doing. So I highly recommend when you have a chance to jump on and watch, go back and watch the episode so you can see exactly what Skinny was doing at the beginning of the episode, because I think this is going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, guys, first thing on the docket that I had was, and I moved it to the top specifically because I feel it feeds into exactly what we're about to discuss. Mahershala Ali opens up about taking the role in Luke Cage and explains specifically he took on the role because he knew Cottonmouth was going to die. And he knew that meant he'd be able to move on. But the thing that I noticed the most in the article is Shadow Act specifically says that he starred in Luke Cage Marvel non-MCU series and then continues to say not an MCU series. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about the idea that the Netflix shows are now being retconned, because they were very much considered part of, but are now being retconned to say and to be that they are not actually a part of the universe? What do you guys think?
I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Super cool.
I'm cool with it because they kind of, a couple of the shows let down on the storyline after season 1. I'm almost cool with like a refresh. I'm almost actually cool. I even said it last time that like I wish they came from a different multiverse, almost so that it wasn't sort of canon, like the stuff that happened. But we are aware of Daredevil. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At this point, I think that's very much what they're doing. I would say the introduction of variants through Loki has opened it up that they see this as an opportunity to say, "Oh, that was just an alternate reality."
That's what I.
Although I don't think that's the case.
I say keep them and recast Iron Fist.
Damn.
What?
I don't mind them being an alternate reality at all, as long as they're not erased. They shouldn't be erased. That's all I'm saying.
But why
it should
not?
be like this exists somewhere. Because then it's all to waste, and it's good. And most of them have good quality to add to this universe, at least
like
character-wise and
Daredevil and
Daredevil and Punisher are easily ones I don't want.
There we go.
Luke Cage,
Luke Cage, and I was about to say
Luke
Cage. I don't mind. Season one of
Jessica
Jones, I'm fine with. After that, it's a nosedive. I'm sorry.
Yeah, season 1 of Jessica Jones. I
And
would
like
say
Iron
also-
Fist, no one's liked Iron Fist. So like, why are we talking about Iron Fist?
Exactly.
Well,
And
we're-
out of all
I
those
mean,
shows we got on Netflix, the most
I like Iron
iconic
Fist.
roles
I just
were
don't-
Stop it,
Punisher
Brian.
and
No, you
Daredevil.
I didn't like the show, but I like the character.
The show was garbage. Character was garbage too. But the most iconic characters
Iron
from the
Fist is a
Netflix
garbage
universe.
character. Wait,
Yes.
are you saying Iron Fist
Yep.
is a garbage character in
Uh-huh.
comparison to who though? What? Because you'd have to set the bar of what's garbage. I'm not going to deny if you don't like Iron Fist, that's fine. But who is garbage alongside Iron Fist? Like, what is garbage in the MCU?
Jessica Jones.
Need another
Yeah,
comparison. You need an
I don't
outlier.
think
You
I
need an outlier.
Like,
That was
I
like
think-
apples and apples. What are we comparing apples to? Apples. Like,
let's see. Outside of the Netflix verse, like what's garbage?
yeah. I
Well,
would say
Netflix
that-
hasn't. The MCU hasn't really put out anything I would consider
Inhumans.
garbage.
ooh, no,
Oh
because
shit!
Inhumans don't
See, but
suck.
see,
the
the thing
the
is,
version
they're-
of Inhumans suck.
What
Yeah.
that?
Is he
Sure,
saying
but
the
I think that's what
character
we're
in
talking
general?
about.
No, but I thought you said in general you don't like
that's
Iron
what you guys
Fist.
are thinking. No,
Yeah,
no,
'cause
no,
I
no,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
what you
no.
said.
I'm saying the show. Iron
He was talking about
Oh,
shows. I
okay,
clearly
yeah,
got
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
That's
didn't
why I
get that
said
because that's what I was
Inhumans.
saying. I like Iron Fist, the character. Like, I collect the comic books and stuff. That's what I was talking about. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But we have
Dan,
Shang-Chi.
thank
We
you.
don't need Iron Fist.
No, hey, hold on.
See, no,
Easy.
that's
Easy.
I'm
Don't
not
do
going
that.
to agree with that. That's the whole.
I don't- I don't-
I
there's
did it.
compatibility
Guys,
there.
I did this. I did that on purpose. I don't want to start a fight
Yeah,
here.
rock the cast bar, motherfucker.
Going back to my initial statement, out of
Yeah.
all the characters we got on the MCU, in the Netflix verse, the only two that stuck out as iconic and like you can't picture anyone else in their roles was Daredevil and Punisher. Same way Wolverine, same way you know what I mean? Like there's just
Yeah.
people who embody the character so much that nobody wants to see anybody else play them. Those were the only two. But they
Which is
can
pretty
say
hard.
that they never met. Like they
Yeah,
don't have to bring
I
back.
think Luke
But-
Cage was
But based
pretty
off of what they're doing with
badass.
Hawkeye, you know they're gonna bring these fuckers back if they just want to. So
But hold on.
But
you
nobody
know, I don't want to jump too
Guys,
far.
did you
but we
guys
saw-
really like Luke Cage that much? Let's be honest. Did you?
I did like Luke Cage. I really
I
did.
like,
And
Luke
you know
Cage a
why?
lot.
Because
I
the exact
like
same
both
time-
seasons.
Hold on,
Both
let me
seasons are
let me counter. At
Yeah.
the exact same time when we got Luke Cage, we also got Black Lightning.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just
Mm.
right. Okay, that just means you don't understand me, and that's it.
That's
Luke Cage
the-
was that good compared to what we got at the time. And if we're gonna do the for the people black superhero, Luke Cage, come on, Luke Cage can come back. He hasn't been doing anything.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
his-
take that
his
away
show
from you.
Evil
Well, he
is,
has. He's been on.
What's
random
that
things here and
show?
there, but
Evil.
What's Evil?
His show
Yeah.
Evil on but I will say this, his show Evil got bumped from CBS and got moved to like All Access, which is Paramount Plus
Right.
now. So
Right, bro.
if you're saying that he's on a streaming site, he might as well be able to come to Netflix for
I'm
or
saying Kevin
Disney
kept them
Plus.
paid, and he ain't coming back for Iron Fist. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Maybe Jessica Jones may not either, because really, yeah, Chris, she's cool. I'm with Toby there. She's cool, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
But
don't know.
also she has a production company is doing a whole bunch of other stuff that she's like I think she's
Yeah,
fine
she
with
was
never
fine,
coming
yeah.
back to Jessica
Yeah,
Jones.
Because
exactly.
she was
I also-
never really a comic book head anyway. She'd like insult fans. Fuck that girl.
Yeah. Also, Mike Coulter,
Really?
I don't think is
No,
actually
no.
that interested in coming back either. I think he's.
I
one of those
don't. I
people
don't
that-
think so either.
Yeah,
Mike
I
Coulter
also,
is
like,
which one? He's Iron Fist.
No, he's
No,
Luke Cage, Mike
Oh,
Coulter.
sorry, I mix up.
Oh,
the
he's not
names a lot.
interested. All right, well then, if he
I don't.
But he-
I'm not saying. I shouldn't say he's not. I shouldn't say I've heard him say that. He seems like the type of person because I don't know about you guys, but I see it as when like losing your show is almost a little bit like a breakup. And when you
Mhm.
move on from your breakup that quickly, because he was the first one when his show got canceled, Homeboy had Evil on CBS the next day. He was just like, sounds good. This nigga gonna get another job. And like ran out the door. Made a hole in the wall, not even ran out the door. Whereas like
Yeah.
just like Charlie Cox has not done anything. He's been
Charlie
like
Cox
listen.
was on Broadway. He's just like, all right, I'll stay off
That's
TV
fair,
for
yeah.
3 years. I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do
yeah.
that
But he was like sitting there just waiting, being like, I'm gonna do something outside of television.
because he's
Because
boys
I'm
with Loki.
ready.
That's why. Because he literally spoke up to Homeboy and he was just like, listen, Tom, homie, like, can you get me in? He's just like,
Yeah.
chill for
that's
3
dope.
years.
That's
Let me-
dope.
let me-
That's
let
dope.
me chill for 3 years.
I
Two for 3 years and you have Disney money.
And then Barenthal is like acting. He's just like, listen, I'm an actor. That role was fun, but I'm gonna go play 101 other.
They're gonna bring him
He's-
back.
he's-
Watch.
Nah, he's been good. He plays this.
Yeah,
he's
steady.
he's in movies and stuff all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
steady,
He's
steady.
he's fine. Before that he was on Walking Dead for 2 seasons. He's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So I understand what Mahershala was saying in terms of like not wanting to get stuck in especially in a villain role. It's very easy to get stuck on shows if they're successful, especially, and then sort of like have other opportunities come and you're like stuck in a contract. So kind of smart of him to kind of take a role like that, knowing he's going to act his ass off and potentially have that open up other doors for other things to do with Marvel potentially. The only thing is, if that was the case, we always agreed, and that's kind of where Luke Cage for me, like halfway through season 1, I was just like, I just knew they were going to kill off Cottonmouth, and you shouldn't have characters like that killed off in the first season. He's a Kingpin level character in my opinion. Could have been. For the
the way they were building him up, the way they were building him up, definitely. And based on
that's
what
why
we're
it fell
seeing
off.
now, like I wouldn't have minded Capo, like the Capo mentality in the New York underground, where Harlem is run by Cottonmouth, where parts of this area is run by a certain bishop, where you know what I mean? Like,
are we to understand that Kingpin runs all of New York or just Midtown?
I understood Kingpin always ran all of New York.
All of New York, right? Okay.
That's why he's the Kingpin, because it's the whole place, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Damn, all right.
Can we talk about it though?
Let's do it.
Can we talk about? He's like, that was my segue, guys. Come on,
I feel like
buddy.
Skinny gets to start because Homeboy saw it first and probably was just like, oh shit. So Skinny, first impressions, first thing in the morning. You just woke up. You get to that ending. What were you thinking?
Damn, we're tired of being right.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I legit, after being like, woo, yeah, I was just like, well, damn, this is like shit. All right. And I'm just like, good. And then when they did the whole silhouette over New York, I was just like, all right.
Oh, yes.
Y'all ain't playing now, huh? Okay.
That was epic. Like when they did the credits, that silhouette, yo,
like, all right.
Asked my partner, I lost my mind. I was
then
just
they pulled this suit out, and you're just like, wow, you guys really just went for continuity right off the bat. Right off the bat. Continuity, here you go. Last suit he really wore, went to jail in it. Somehow he's out of jail. Maybe the blip did that. Who knows? Maybe man's got blipped. Who knows?
The way they did. Good question.
How cool was it though to show us Helena the way that happened?
That's what I was going to say.
That was
her
amazing.
blip was amazing.
That was perfect.
Whoever did the VFX for that and the whole like wash and it just like bent and then came back and just like, wow, that's how fast that was. Okay.
I think that was the best version of the blip that we've seen, because even with who was it that we saw? Oh, Monica Rambeau.
Monica, you saw her reform, whereas this was just like instant, like
and I like
it was the outside looking in.
Yes,
it was her perspective, whereas the outside it was the other perspective, right? So they literally, in the only 2 times that they said we're going to give you a detailed version of how this happens, it answers both questions. How does it look or feel from people around you, and how does it look from your perspective? And that, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah, but
that's what I said at the beginning of the episode. I'm like, sweet. And like I had to watch the episode through 2 blackouts. So like one happened right before that, and then one happened right before the Kingpin thing.
Oh shit!
So I was like, this sucks.
Did we? I always knew they wouldn't have hired an actress of Vera Farmiga's caliber just to have her be like a side mom character. It just was not. It was just not. Yeah, it was just not. And the way she acts, her reactions to things. When Kate came to her and said, "Hey, I think your husband has a shell company," and her reaction was very like, "Oh,
guys, bear with me a second."
Yeah,
of course. But I mean, I don't know if you know, but I know in the comic books she's not a good person. She was the person. I think she was running like some ring, in the comic books, Madame Mask, right?
Yeah. Can we agree that she?
Yeah. That's
okay.
What?
I'm
pretty sure.
Wait. Say what?
She's Madame Mask, right?
A lot of people are.
I don't think she's Madame Mask, but okay. Here, let me rephrase. Okay. In the comic books, in Earth 616, she was sort of the person who hires Madame Mask and like runs the activities of Madame Mask, because Madame Mask was a different character.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna bring in a different character to play Madame Mask in the MCU. Right. So it's very possible that they've rewritten this and made it so that she is potentially going to be Madame Mask. And that is where Marvel succeeds over everyone else. That they're able to take something that exists, bring it to you, but in a new light. Yeah. In a way where you, as a fan that read the comic books, you're still surprised by, even though you know these characters.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They just twist the story in a way that is just like, wow, what a good angle. Like, all right, cool. I'm not mad at it. You know, like,
Yeah.
What we
Sorry,
always
Skinny, go
say.
ahead.
No, because then you'll still get if they go that deep, you'll still be able to get Kate dressing up as Madame Mask to do whatever she does as she did in the comics, and I think
A la Ronin.
yeah, yeah, her dressing up again and doing things that she shouldn't be doing. Yes,
Eleanor, so nasty.
Super
How can you do that to
excited.
your daughter, man.
super excited. I thought Yelena's accent in this episode particularly maybe they just took the takes that didn't land for me.
Yes,
They were
big
thick.
facts.
But
They
her
were
accent
thick.
was not hitting for Skinny Boy this week.
You know what I
that's
think it
deep.
was? I feel
Okay.
like when Natasha's not there to be the straight man to Yelena's jokey side, her delivery comes off like kind of weird. It felt
Yeah.
it felt forced in some of the scenes
Mhm.
when she was talking to Kate. Like the whole like I'm an assassin, but let's talk about where I want to go in New York, and then just talk like I'm joking.
You know what I just
And then
realized?
to thank her at the
No.
end, like I really thank you for this girls' night. It's like, what the are you doing? Like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yelena is it Helena? Because I remember Hawkeye saying Helena instead of Yelena. So anyway,
Yeah.
she was the one who texted Kate saying, "I know who hired me." Correct?
Yeah.
I thought I'd let you know.
The Black Widow post-credit scene happened at
Mhm.
the same time as episode 4. Because when
Where?
Clint was going off after he was at Eleanor's house with Kate, right?
Mhm.
Remember? And then he met the mom and Jack, and he was going off in the elevator. And then
Yeah.
Eleanor called somebody. She
Oh.
was calling Val.
I don't
She
know.
because she just said, "I know who hired me." Straight up, it wasn't Kingpin that hired Yelena. It was Val.
No, I know
and
that.
Val's connection is probably Eleanor.
I know
That's
that.
my
I don't-
theory, anyway.
Ah, damn.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, for calling Val. Okay, that's fair.
And then
That's
having
fair.
Val come after, Helena come after Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And the
So
other
yeah, the
thing is
post-credit scene in Black Widow,
Widow.
takes place
around
in
episode
that-
4 or 5 of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You're just trying to create that continuity. Oh, yeah. So you're
Right.
just.
Because
Okay.
I didn't like, because that's my thing. I didn't like that the post-credit scene existed because it felt like it took away in this
Yeah.
episode. It felt like it took away from the moment of the post-credit scene because it's like, why did we see Valentina talk to her and create this whole thing about like he killed your sister, which
Exactly.
should,
But she
which
wouldn't have had
already
any
was-
idea, right?
Yeah.
Because we realized now that she was blipped. So
Yeah.
someone came in and filled in the blank for her, hoping that her anger and her sadness and her depression would fuel her to just go murder Hawkeye. Which obviously she's smarter than that.
Yeah, and it just bothers me a little bit that the idea is that Yelena has no frame of reference for what happened to her sister when it seems like everyone else knows what happened to your sister.
Exactly.
It's just like, he killed my sister. It's just like, why do you stand up for him? He's a killer. It's just like, wait, has no one told you what happened? Here's
Clearly
like
not.
100 videos online about in MCU universe from super fans telling what happened to the in the world.
Yeah, but how does everybody know what happened?
Yeah, I agree with
the
that.
story was told. The story
Yeah,
was
for
told.
sure.
Clearly at
For
this
sure,
point.
you have
Blabbed.
something like that.
Yeah, I'm
Which
with Skinny,
one of
though.
them C-list ass heroes
Yeah.
blabbed?
Yeah, I'm
You
with Skinny.
bitch ass
when
Ant-Man.
when everything goes
much.
back to normal, I bet the superheroes had to explain a certain part of the story. When everyone just comes back, I bet they had some type of press release to say certain key facts. And they
Bruh,
could
if I go back in the time, I ain't answering to nobody.
But
Like,
here, okay,
yeah, but that's not their style, Skinny. You're not a superhero.
you had to come down on me.
I know,
right now?
Wait.
Dave said the voice too. Calm down, Dave.
Yeah, that was weird. Shit, man, my feelings are hurt.
No, they're
Yo.
not. Don't do that. Okay. Hi with your video off. Go ahead.
Yeah, my feelings are hurt. No, but
Yo.
I'll agree by connecting the two things you said, Dave. The thing you're saying, where that the information had to be filled in because hey, half the world's population, 3.5 billion people, just randomly showed back up after randomly disappearing.
It has to be
I agree
explained
with
in some
you.
way.
Someone
The
had to
world would have
explain
gone
it.
crazy or haywire otherwise.
Yeah, but I also agree with Skinny in the sense that like why do people know that Natasha died sacrificing herself for a stone? Like that, it seems like people know who died. Maybe they don't know how she died, but it seems like people know who died. And that part, I'm just like, how would people know like which characters die. Like that to me seems like, especially if you have someone like Black Widow, keep that on the DL and make it seem like she's still roaming around. You don't need the public to know that one of the like she would be a good character to keep in the secret, you know.
But the question in that universe would be like, that's circumstantial of how open the Avengers are, right? Because technically the Avengers were supposed to be like not government owned, but like, you know, they were working with the government,
Accords,
and all that type of stuff, right? So it's like maybe there's a certain degree of disclosure, and also you have to think about it. It's
Since
not like,
when does a government feel the need to disclose us on super secret missions?
Yeah, it would be weird to me that the government decided, Black Widow died in the battle to save the world. It's like, if anything, don't tell people that. You're the government. Why are you telling people all this information?
But for them, they were celebrities at that time. People would be asking, "Where is Natasha?" all the time.
True, but it's no one. Yeah, it's no one's business.
What do you mean?
It's true, but I understand
right now.
But I'm trying to think of.
I understand
Nunya at the corner of Nunya and business. Like,
if there was a reason, Dave, you're right. That would be the reason. Is that everybody knows the identity of the Avengers and who they are, and it makes sense to give them a reason why she's not here. You may not have needed to say she died, but she's dead. Who else is going to speak for her? She doesn't have any family, as far as they knew. But it was Eleanor all along. Yo, I just remembered that you're right. Actually, I'm talking comics, but in the Matt Fraction thing, she's Madame Mask, right, Eleanor? In the Hawkeye series, comic graphic novel.
I have to reread that because I just know Madame Mask shows up, but I don't remember if it was Eleanor in it.
I think it was Eleanor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Eleanor. Man, also another key line. Sorry, it's coming back to me as I'm talking. But when Yelena said, "I'm here to see the new Statue of Liberty."
Yes, that was great.
This takes place at the end of Spider-Man. Then
I don't know. I don't know.
Timeline-wise.
I don't know if the Statue of Liberty is finished. I think, like, I don't think she was saying, because she doesn't say like she says new, but I don't think the implication is just like, oh, it's completely done and this is
why
finished.
wouldn't it be though?
I mean, because I would still say the new Statue of Liberty if it was in the works of being reworked, because it's going to be new.
As far as we know, but to me, it seems in terms of the timeline, Hawkeye entirely takes place after the events of Spider-Man: No Way Home.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because it was under construction from what we see in Spider-Man, and chances are it's done construction.
I don't get the impression that when she said that, it means it's finished.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
But it would make sense that aren't all these shows supposed to be after all phase, what was the last phase? 4? 3? Whichever one it was. All these shows are supposed to be after those events. No, with the exception of Loki, because Loki's time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the Rogers,
it makes sense that it'd be after Spider-Man.
The Rogers musical shout out to Jaws D is in the trailer, and it's happening in this. So that to me seems kind of like, I mean, it also depends on how long, because if the Rogers musical is supposed to be Hamilton, maybe it's also still running forever. Like,
of course, it's Broadway. That's on for a long time.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I didn't understand that from that moment. I'd be down to see.
That's what I got from it anyway, because it would make sense that like the construction's done and people are coming to see.
It would just suck though if that's why I'm saying, for me, if the last episode of Hawkeye has some reference from Spider-Man, because it all takes place in New York, I would be okay with that. As in, now that the movie's out, yes, we could do this reference here in this last episode, so that we definitely know what part of the timeline. Because beforehand, you don't want to play your hand because the movie's not out, so you don't want to reference it.
But you can reference this because only Hawkeye fans like us would actually notice that connection.
I imagine there's a lot more people watching Hawkeye than we think.
Yeah, I think Hawkeye's doing a lot better. But also, if you're an MCU fan, if you're not an MCU fan and you're watching Hawkeye and you see Spider-Man, these take place in the same universe. Wouldn't you?
No, sorry. I don't want to see Spider-Man and Hawkeye or any reference to outside of what we got, just that I mentioned. If that was the connection to place it, I feel like I'm good with that.
If we're right about Matt Murdock, then we're going to get more than we.
I still think he's showing up in Spider-Man. Exactly. That's the only reference I'm making. Yeah.
Which, if anything, what we just saw today more or less confirms that.
Yeah.
I think Hawkeye is very much just going to be the street level stuff. We're going to see Kingpin. We're going to see Matt Murdock. We're going to see when She-Hulk comes. I think She-Hulk is going to connect with Matt Murdock now and Kingpin. I think those are all going to be
because
fast.
that was confirmed that Matt Murdock would
I
be
just
in
don't think I don't think Matt Murdock's going to be in Spider-Man though. I don't think there's no reason to connect it at this point.
I think he's gonna be in
lawyer.
Spider-Man.
It's the most it's the best connection. It's that he is the lawyer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Straight up.
Sure.
Like the two bridges between the TV show and the movie verse, so to speak, other than direct like things like such as like Hawkeye and stuff.
They're in the same universe.
Yeah, but I find like these are the ones that are going to be like more the street level connection. You're going to have because like She-Hulk is one character that could easily be part of her own show and then jump into a movie, but you can't do that necessarily for like all the other characters. You know what I mean? Like, if Jessica Jones had her own series, I don't think she'd easily jump into a movie and stuff. You know what I mean?
Nah, she doesn't have that power like that.
I mean, if she's written properly, yes, because Jessica Jones is very strong. She's
she
in the comic book. She's on the
or
same...
depicted properly.
If
Nor
Daredevil
could she
can make
fight.
it, then maybe she could.
Yeah, if Daredevil's skill is sonar.
But he is okay. Hold on. Whoa, are you literally downplaying Daredevil's skills right now by saying
I'm not
sonar?
downplaying. I'm stating the fact. His
That's
power
no.
is sonar. That is the
It's
base.
not
of
his only power.
What's his other? I'm saying powers. I'm not saying anything else. What is his only power?
I mean, he can
He's
still see.
skilled.
He just sees differently. That's all.
I'm just saying he is skilled. He's trained in martial arts. He's highly intelligent. He's one of the I would say one of the most intelligent characters in Marvel when it comes to street and I mean he's not book smart the way like Tony and Bruce Banner.
He's a detective. He's a detective.
He has detective skills and stuff like that. So all I'm saying though is if you're gonna say like Jessica Jones doesn't translate when she has in the comic book the ability to essentially fly and all this other stuff, and then you have Daredevil whose skill is sonar and a hook stick that swings. I'm just saying.
God.
Wow,
I'm not trying to.
You know those memes that say like describe some of the best movies or your favorite movie or TV show in the lamest way possible. That's exactly what you just did right there.
Sorry. How else would we explain his awesome baton? I'm sorry. Okay, he has a.
You
baton.
could have said awesome baton.
Awesome
I've been okay
baton?
with it versus his lame stick.
Sonar and his awesome baton with a hook. I'm sorry. I guess I didn't.
It's a play on a walking stick that has many different compartments and functionality. By the way, you twist it and
him and Penguin got the same damn thing.
No.
By having the skill, by having the sonar skill, as you put it, it enhances every other senses that he has by 100,000.
He has a better reaction time than Spider-Man's Spider Sense. Something that they've said in the comic book. Yeah.
All to say,
just
Matt's
not
going to be in Spider-Man, then Daredevil's going to be in Echo, and then there you go.
Yep.
He's just we're gonna just get him in little splotches until they're ready to be like, okay, 2025 Daredevil season 4.
What do you guys think of Echo and the revelation?
Man, that was too easy.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Fuck is that shit? You really?
That was too
hey, why
easy
weren't you there?
In the sense that how. Okay, but rewinding. What was too easy? The way that it was revealed to her, or
the way that she convinced herself that oh man, he wasn't lying. Hey man, why weren't you there?
For one test.
You're his right hand.
But
man.
I mean, it makes
Are you the
sense.
snitch? Yeah, you're the snitch. I don't trust you. Wait, what? I mean, you've been with this guy for 10 years. Your arch nemesis who killed your father, as far as you know, tells you, hey, by the way, the reason your dad's dead is because one of your boys is a bitch snitch. Oh, really?
But you see, that speaks. That speaks to the skills of what am I forgetting? Is Clint right now.
Yes.
In this, that's why he took off his mask. That's why he literally showed her his face and said, "Hey, look at my he knows she can read facial features. She can tell when someone's lying."
True. Yes.
He took a gamble by doing that, and that was his way of kind of like trying to connect with her. And probably if she had a chance, she would have killed him anyway, and then questioned it either way, right? But obviously, we know Kate got in the way.
Micro movements in the face and all that stuff. Granted,
she can tell all that. That's why it was filmed that way.
And we even learned early on that is one of her skills. She learns to read, but she's like Orphan in DC. Like her whole thing is about reading.
Yeah, exactly.
More so than reading.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's just the way. Because I agree with Skinny. The fact that it's like this guy who almost killed me comes along, tells me. oh, like, let me reveal my face as if I didn't know you were already Ronin. Let's pretend,
Right,
but sure.
right,
Oh yeah, you're
right.
Ronin. Big shock. You tell me
Listen,
this.
I can
information.
barely take you on in a fight, but if you come after me and my family, bet your ass I'll get better and I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Like,
I will
was
stay in your
definitely-
ass.
That
you
was
almost
definitely
just killed me now, but I'll kill you next time if you come after my family.
Kobe, you were saying?
that was definitely his "I'm getting too old for this shit. Please believe me" moment.
Straight up, please believe me, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Laura-
Like I said, if Kate didn't show up, she probably would have she would have killed him.
Yes,
Smacked her in the face.
100%. He got his ass
Yeah.
wrecked. So she does not play.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
man.
great, actually. Like, it makes you
Yeah.
realize that Clint survived being Ronin by the skin of his teeth. If you think about all the people he probably fought
Straight
who are
up.
next level underground fighters.
What do y'all think
But
about
but
Laura
there's
secretly?
a theme.
Oh,
Sorry, remember that though.
yes,
There's
I
a
will.
theme here in terms of like people being used in their lowest points. Ronan got used apparently in his lowest point by this
Oh yeah,
informant in this
he
tip.
does it, yeah.
Helena being used at her lowest point by this, then in this tip. Echo being used at her lowest point, but there's this weird theme of people being used, and it all ladders up to the Kingpin. That's the way he works. He uses your weaknesses and pushes you out there with it.
We did
Go and
we
destroy.
did that on. Didn't we do an episode of That's Canon about with the Kingpin comic where literally the whole comic is about how he manipulates people?
That's exactly.
Yeah, that's like his key thing. His whole thing is manipulation. I just rewatched Into the Spider-Verse, and you're just like, God, dude, you are manipulating everyone to just everything is just a manipulation. You're just playing people, and
he doesn't have
you
any
know
real
what's
powers,
funny?
right? That's
That's
his
strong.
superpower.
Well, he's
the mom.
He's superhumanly strong.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Even the mom, though,
Mhm.
Eleanor manipulates Kate, and that was one of the other things that I thought was just like, oh, that's rough. I was just like, she's your daughter. Like,
That's
I know
a
you want to
shame.
protect her, but come on now. Like, you're gonna pretend like you care so much about this whole situation when you're the one that's causing. Oh, Clint made me leave. I'm so sad. And the mom's just like, yeah, bitch, because I told him to. Poor you. Here, let me put that Band-Aid over the blood and across the scar poorly so that when it rips off, it'll open back up. That was the one thing. As
You
a
were
nerd
gonna
in
say
me
something
saw that
about
and said,
Yeah, how do y'all feel about okay, the internet saying
Laura.
that Laura is Bobby Moore.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Laura who?
Laura,
wife.
his wife, is actually Bobby Moore's Mockingbird.
In
Ooh.
secret.
In
I
secret,
would
just,
buy it.
just on some like super like well
Nerd
in
shit.
actual because in the comics he was married to Laura and he was married to Bobby. So
Mhm.
this would just be Marvel MCU being like subtract the
Nice.
weak, push out the jive, bring in the love.
Maybe, but they can retcon it to be that if they wanted.
They really could.
I feel like it makes sense, especially with how much Laura seems to know about the life.
Right.
Like, Laura
but she
seems
did
to know
she did
about
say
that.
there's no no one else. it was a strange statement, and I'll explain why. Like she said, no one else. Remember, no one else will understand this better than I can. That was a line she used in this episode.
In this episode?
Yeah. When he was on the phone with her and he told her, hey, things are getting a little crazy, blah, 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 blah. And that was the last thing she said to him on the phone.
It's true.
Was remember, no one else will remember this better than I can. I trust your judgment.
I understand this.
Trust your gut. Yeah.
Also on some domestic shit, no girl is going to be that cool with your man's being running around with Natasha Romanoff unless y'all went to some sort of like spy school together or killed them together. Straight up and down.
Oh, you mean guys and girls can't be best friends and super close like that?
I don't want to say
they can.
I think easily Clint could have run around with Natasha and it not been a problem.
Right. The girl sees her, she's all like, oh Laura, and they're all hugging and like, how you been? They sit down on the couch all cute. Like, nah, you ain't doing that. You ain't doing that. No. So yeah, let's just say that she's Mockingbird.
I mean, if we're talking about the real life wife of Jeremy Renner and him running around with Scarlett Johansson, yes, I might see someone say, "Hey, maybe these two don't have to do that many scenes together. Could we keep those two? Does he have to be holding her by her waist in that scene off the side of a cliff? Could you change that, please?" But other than that,
no, but MCU wise, if there's because they're still human, So like,
jeez, they're still human.
Me and Natasha go way back. We from Shield days. We shot up a few spots. You know what I mean?
Natasha go back like babies and pacifiers.
There you go.
Oh, Ronan gonna take it higher.
So many possibilities. So many possibilities.
What? Oh man, Yeah, the
It's-
possibilities.
yeah, Kingpin coming in is so interesting to what Disney can do on the street level now.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's funny because we've been saying for the longest time we want another real villain, and and everyone's been thinking Galactic, and now I think the street level stuff could be the most interesting content they put out, because if Kingpin's in play, and like I was saying before, if you start having capos show up in different forms, like you have this guy over here, you have that guy over there, and then you bring in people like Punisher, who's trying to take out the crime underworld. You have Daredevil,
Well,
you have
you
She-Hulk.
have the Young Avengers coming in.
Yeah, man.
Guys, we haven't even seen, with just him being in a picture that's blurry as shit, we haven't seen Chameleon. We haven't even thought of Hammerhead, Tombstone,
Tombstone,
Owl, the proper Owl, like not even the goof that we got.
Tombstone, I think, is going to be in for sure.
I cannot wait.
Mm.
Alistair Smythe? What? I can't wait.
Oh,
Can't wait.
good call.
Alistair Smythe.
Could we bring back Purple Man? Because Purple Man was actually an interesting villain.
He was too OP.
No,
he was too OP.
No.
You didn't like Purple Man?
I did not like Purple Man.
No,
I
not
just said he
you,
was too
Dave,
OP.
who's screaming no over there. Like
It's his sweater. It's too
steal a
tight.
sandwich.
Kilgrave. I'm sorry, I didn't like Kilgrave.
I mean, he's
I
too OP.
don't know. Maybe I'm just sour on Jessica Jones. I really am.
So
anything
that could be
related to
another
that
reason.
show-
I don't understand why it hurt you guys so much that this show. I
Stop.
get it wasn't the
Her
best.
friend
was
is literally the worst.
sludge
I don't even
fest.
want to remember her name.
Season 1? Nah, man.
Yo,
Season 1
Hellcat,
was
don't do
good.
that to Hook. Don't do that to Patsy. man.
Sludge
Come on.
fest.
Oh, I have powers because I caught my phone playing hacky sack.
I mean, let's be honest. That
They
was
knew it was getting
impressive.
canceled. They
That's-
didn't care.
Yeah. She definitely did think it was impressive that she did that. Dave, you're telling me right now,
Hacky sack.
if you
Hacky
drop
sack with your phone.
Dave,
I've done that
Dave,
in my life. That
no,
has
you have
happened.
not.
Yes, I have. I
Dave,
swear to fucking God.
on the tip of your foot, motherfucker. Get
Not on the tip of my
fuck
foot, but I
outta
did
here.
hacky my fucking phone
Dave,
back to me. I've
stop
done it. I
it.
swear to God.
Why are you
I
lying?
swear to God.
Why are you lying?
I swear to God.
Why
Are you lying?
I am
Dave,
swearing.
you're lying.
I'm
You are
not.
lying. You are
I'm
lying.
not.
Dave, you are a liar right now.
I'm not.
It's 100% a lie.
I'm
If you're
not.
telling me you could pull off what
I was a
Patsy did,
degenerate when
Can
I was
you
younger, and I beat the shit out of my phone for stupid
Bull-
reasons like an idiot, and I practiced it and did that.
lies.
Shit, no.
Everyone watching this, these are lies that
You're
he's
lies.
saying. He's lying.
But you know what? You know what though?
I've
going
seen
back to-
Dave trip over his own foot walking down the street. This motherfucker over here
What
telling
the
me
fuck
he can
is
catch
that?
his
What
phone.
type of
Get out of here.
What do you mean?
Get These are lies.
Oh, yo.
All I'm saying is
No.
that does not
Oh,
merit the concept of
look-
being
look,
like I have
hold on.
superpowers.
I gotta address this.
How you
Sorry,
doing?
I keep pressing it at the same time.
Yeah.
But this man who said Hawkeye was gonna be garbage, who said it's gonna be the worst show that Marvel's put out, worse than Winter Falcon, is now saying he's watching us on mute because he doesn't want any. I bet you he on mute because he saw himself on the screen. I guarantee it.
I'm sure.
But he doesn't want any spoilers because he hasn't watched one episode yet. Bruh,
I will
what do
give
you
him
care?
points.
I thought it
though.
was trash.
I respect the fact that he's still watching, even on mute. Thank you. That's actually
Appreciate you.
It's
Yeah.
giving us.
Yeah, thank
Just
you. for
turn it
that.
off. I don't want you here. Get out of here.
Don't listen to this man.
I'm not mad at that. Respect.
This guy. This
But
guy.
I mean, we do have to like honest conversation. At the end of the day, Hawkeye is unfortunately
Way
because
better
we
than
really had hope
Hawkeye.
for it, but leaps and bounds ahead.
Oh,
That's what they were
leaps.
trying to
You
do.
know why? It's because they got to
Leaps.
release at the time they wanted to release. They got their 4-week window. They got it right before Christmas. They got it in there right between Spider-Man. They got their time. Whereas the other shit was just delayed and then other things
Yeah.
couldn't happen. So it didn't hit and land
Yeah,
some
I
stuff
think,
that they wanted
I-
to include that they couldn't. And the boogity.
But going back to your Purple Man comment, if they were ever to bring him back, he does connect to everyone that's around right now. Kingpin, Daredevil.
Yep. That's the only reason I brought it
Moon
up.
Knight even.
They're all,
Um,
they're all. That's it. When I said the other day on the last episode, I want the New York from the comic book that's so dysfunctional. You live in this city and beg yourself, why do I live
here?
You're
Every
literally
day.
living in Baghdad at that point.
Yo, minus 20-degree weather, cold as hell. And on top of that, you got supervillains that control you, rob you, blow up buildings. Why do you live in New York? But you
Because it's exciting.
Because it's exciting.
I might catch me an autograph. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine? I live in New York. This is exciting. They blew up a building 2 days ago. It's exciting.
It broke my.
I didn't have to pay rent this month. Why? Because my building's gone.
I also bought you a bum.
Okay, insurance got me. Damage control. What?
I didn't have to pay rent this month because my
Yo.
building is gone. Is cold as ice. That is fucking amazing. Oh, my
man.
god! Because my building is gone.
How
That's what all
much
the
money do you
standards
think
are saying in
Damage
New York.
Control as a company is worth, though?
Skinny. That's wild. That was a wild line, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Totally
No,
what?
no, it was great because my building is like I wasn't sure where the line was going. Like I didn't have to pay rent this month. And I'm like, oh, they killed your landlord? No, the building is gone.
Whole damn thing's gone.
I'm still waiting for DODC to put it back together.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's what I was saying. How much do you think they're worth as a company? They're like a multi-billion
1.2
dollar
billion.
entity.
Yeah, billion.
Dude, Homecoming, the whole point about Homecoming is that Vulture is pissed because it's like, so these assholes destroy the city, then make millions and billions
Putting
off
it
of
back
fixing
together.
it? Yo, I understood. Like, yo, they need to start saying Vulture was right because that shit's messed up. Like,
It's true, though.
yo,
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
not just
actually
Thanos
crazy.
was right. Vulture was right. That man is not lying.
I'm yeah, I guess maybe make someone else play Kilgrave. The thing is though, he's such an OP. If you really think about it,
Sure.
He's like Druid.
You have to kill him every
Druid.
time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There are characters that are like, dude, you know who's OP that people don't really mess with, and he always comes around and gets kicked out in the stupidest of way? Mixoplex.
Oh,
That
shit.
dude
Yeah.
is the most
Yeah, it's
OP
true.
character in
I
DC.
agree.
On like Dark Side, all of these guys, if Mixoplex showed up and started playing his play, they can't do anything. The man doesn't die. He can, but if you get him to somehow say his own name backwards, that's how you get rid of him. And that's the
crazy.
craziness
That's
of
so true.
like characters like that. You know, like you have characters like that in the comics. They're characters that are just so OP, it doesn't even make sense. So they make them a joke. Because otherwise, I wouldn't want to read a comic book if Mixoplex was a serious villain. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Well,
he can't be
also
serious
weird.
because
he's also weird looking. And, you know, he's
No,
more
but
of
I'm
a
saying-
gag.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine in the Supergirl where they did him, where it was just a young guy,
Right.
and they didn't make him like that
They
weird
did it. They
looking
did him in
imp.
Supergirl.
Yeah,
Of course
they did him just like
yeah.
this.
Uh,
I didn't
Like
watch
a
it, but I
teenager.
just seen it. Yeah, but he was just young, and his name's Mixoplex, and you have to trick him to say his name backwards.
How
But
do
it's
you
like,
say his name anyways? No.
clip something. I don't know, but it's possible.
Something ridiculous, but it's like, how many times do you get duped into doing that before you win? Like, seriously?
right, and that's the thing. Characters like Mixoplex, characters that OP, you have to make ridiculous, because if you don't make them ridiculous, it's not an interesting read.
Well,
then you have
that's like the brother of Captain Britain and Psylocke, the man who can warp reality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a serious Joker, because these people, they took themselves seriously. They're just like, world's gone.
Yeah.
Like, and that's it.
And that's what, and you have to hope that you can either talk them down from their insanity, because characters like Franklin Richards is one of the most dangerous characters in the Marvel
Franklin
universe.
has a bad dream. We all do.
Right.
Franklin
Franklin Richards, Legion, like there's a list of characters that you're like, yo, maybe we don't want these characters around.
Oh
they
God, Legion.
Legion
That's
and
so
Evan
true.
with. Yeah, they,
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my
they
gosh.
downplayed him a lot in that show, because
Oh, yeah.
if he got angry, come on, guys.
Those characters are like Bart Simpson in that Treehouse of Horrors episode. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. But
You
remind
don't
me
remember?
which one is that?
It's the one where Bart has like the power to do anything he wants, and you see him at one point in time he gets angry at Homer, and they're watching football, and Homer turns into the football and then he goes and he hits the pole. They're like that. They're that type of scary.
Yeah, exactly. He can like change people into like weird looking things in that episode,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
true.
it. So that's why
Mixoplex right
when
there.
you say Purple Man, like they make him OP, but they somehow still kind of manage to get through to him. The fact that Jessica, because he used his power on her so much that she got immune to it, that was kind of an interesting angle on it.
I was gonna say, because normally it's like the strong-willed angle they usually do in comics, where like the people of stronger will, like Kingpin, for example, he couldn't really control Kingpin, or Daredevil,
Right.
or right. Moon Knight actually could be controlled because he's crazy,
broken. Yeah,
but
fractured.
he had to like wear earplugs so that he couldn't get mind controlled by by Purple Man. Like, so there's definitely there's ways around it.
I think the funniest thing you just said, when you think about the fact that the best way to defeat this guy is earplugs. That's
It's
There's
true,
always
right?
a catch.
like if you send, it's just like, yo, we need someone to take out Purple Man. Kingpin just looks at Echo.
Exactly.
You want to take this one?
I
Like
just
Echo,
thought of
you
that.
want to? He's not gonna be able to control you, so just go take his ass out. Like that's
That's
he's
so
OP,
true.
but you have characters like that who could just stomp his ass. Like that's
I guess
interesting.
Clint at this point could take him out.
Right,
Too,
that's
since he
it.
Can't, he
Purple.
can't really hear for shit anymore.
Clint would just go and look at and be like, click, done. You know, like
Dunzo.
not even with an
Man.
arrow. He would take a penny and just penny snap him.
Damn.
So funny.
Yeah, that was an interesting trick.
Clint, you lost your best friend and your hearing. Damn.
Yeah, all those
Can't win
explosions, man.
nothing.
You're only human.
Yeah.
It should have been
Guarantee
Clint's
Black
Endgame.
Widow is going deaf too, though.
Oh,
Straight up.
yeah.
Dang, dang, man, the
Yeah.
possibilities. Like we talked about the possibilities for 40 minutes, guys. Like
Yeah.
that's how
I was actually just gonna say,
The-
insane this world is so far.
But you know
right
one
now.
thing
Like,
that would be dope.
and then
Out
I'll
of
let
all-
that be the last thing because we gotta
Yeah,
go to.
I just want to do one last thought. I think Kingpin's probably going to be the first villain from the movies that are like, sorry, from the TV shows that originate from TV shows that is going to become in a movie like the villain.
I
So I feel like we're going to see him build, and then either it's going to be Sinister Six with Spider-Man in some shape or fashion, or he's just going to be like the problem.
There's a
He's
Kingpin comic going on right now where he's like a big problem. So
Yeah, he's a politician.
or some kind of thing.
Something,
where So they'll probably do that.
Like I'm seeing that. That's what I'm seeing where the long term for Kingpin is going. Like assuming
I
that
could see
they
it,
have
but
a-
we can't mix it. We still can't mix it with the god tier level heroes.
No, yeah,
Or the
exactly.
galactic level heroes, right? So
Yeah.
it's still got to stay within the realm of street and world. I'll accept world.
Who do you think they're gonna make a
With
scroll
Kingpin.
for Secret Invasion?
Everyone and their cousin.
Everyone in their cousin.
But
Who's
wait,
not?
let's get to
Who's
the
not?
message. Let's get
you
to the message, and we'll come back and talk about that right after.
Cool.
Don't go anywhere. I just froze, I think. But
Yeah, you did.
Hey everyone, I'm back at Synergy Medispa with some exciting news. They have the new Elos Plus laser, state of the art for hair removal. And right now, for a limited time, they're offering one complimentary session of either upper lip, underarm, or bikini. So if you have any unwanted hair, now's the time to get rid of it.
We back at it. Since you met a spot. Look at my skin looks great now. It's even more pretty.
Real people, real results.
Look at the shine. That's a slogan.
what's up, everybody? So if you haven't had a chance, or if you did not hear that because you still had yourself on mute for some crazy reason, make sure you tune into the Morning Detour on CKUT 90.3 in Montreal, or on TuneIn anywhere else in the world. They're going to be doing a giveaway this Friday on the show. The giveaway is at 8:30. The show starts at 7, so tune into the Morning Detour with Wizzy Moon Chaser and Lolo on CKUT 90.3. Where did Skinny go? He's the one that brought up the Skrull invasion and then bounced. I guess while he's gone, we'll wait till he comes back. But
Who's already a Skrull? It's a tough one. I don't know if I can pick any Avenger right now. Like my brain will just explode to even think about which Avengers are already a Skrull or something. But I'm going to talk about their associates that I think are Skrulls.
Okay.
I think her moves to me haven't made sense at all.
yes,
Since we saw her
Sharon.
again, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't
Sharon.
get it. I didn't understand what her role was that whole show. So I'm gonna automatically dump her. And how did you know that's what I was talking about?
Because
it's obvious.
Like when you said, as soon as you said her moves don't make sense, I was like, Sharon's the only
Yeah,
character
exactly.
who
That's
anyone
so
who's
funny.
ever seen the show would be like, this makes absolutely no sense for this character.
She's completely
Um,
she's completely evil at the end. Like,
Yeah,
doesn't
it was
make
just
any
weird.
sense.
I
Yeah.
think Val is a Skrull.
Valentina?
No.
Interesting. That would be a little
She's
weird.
often
though,
a double agent, and what better way for Marvel to twist it than to say, oh, she was a Skrull the whole time.
I would be down with that if they had introduced her connection to Nick earlier, though.
Yeah.
Like her connection to Nick earlier, then make her a Skrull.
We
But to kinda just toss
we
her
could
in
get
as a
past scenes there. We don't really need,
yeah,
we didn't need that history
flashbacks
just
again.
yet.
I would
Yeah.
as a like comic book nerd, for me, it would make more sense. What you're saying though makes sense that this character who's fucking around. Okay,
Oh.
Coulson.
Oh shit!
He's
That
died
would be-
multiple times.
That's the perfect one.
That's an obvious choice.
Coulson
yeah.
being not Agents of Shield. Coulson, like Agents of
No,
Shield. Yeah, earlier. Oh
when
shit!
he died originally, originally, maybe he's died more than once before.
Well, no, when he died
Oh.
originally would be when they replaced him because
He didn't go to
Skrulls were-
Tahiti. Tahiti
Yeah.
was where. Oh my god!
What?
On the spaceship, in wherever Nick Fury was, he was in
Yeah.
Tahiti. You know, like the.
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Oh
Yo,
shit.
dope. That's dope.
That's a
that
good
is
one.
good.
That's
That
a
is
good one.
Toby, points.
That's a good one.
That's a deep three. That's a
Yeah, I
deep
was about
three.
to say.
That is good.
That's
That is
crazy.
good, man.
Well
That's-
played.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yo,
That's
if
crazy.
they retcon that Coulson that came back was a Skrull,
That'd be cool.
They already planted the fact that Nick is a Skrull and thing, and Maria's a
Yeah.
Skrull. Like, why
Yes.
wouldn't Coulson have been
And
a
also-
Skrull?
and again, these aren't even bad Skrulls. Like these
No,
Skrulls
there's
are like him being the head of Shield and a Skrull for as long as he wouldn't have been bad.
Mm.
Wow.
Damn, that's good. When does he die in the show though? Because
Does
remember
he die
they-
in the show?
in the show he
I think
dies,
so.
and then in the next season he comes back, and it's like another weird version of him, which would also explain Skrull like thing from this alternate planet. And then the next season they bring him back as a not EMP, life model decoy, LMD. Sorry,
Right, LMD. Yeah.
yeah. In the last season,
Wow.
I think he was a LMD. So if they really wanted to connect Agents of Shield now,
Yeah.
they could definitely play up a Skrull angle. That would be
Mhm.
very interesting.
Because
Man,
his death kind of like brought the revelation of like alien tech into Agents of Shield. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm.
That to me makes sense. I don't know. You were talking about Nick, and we're talking about what's her name
No,
just
yeah,
before, and then
no.
it just
Putting all
made
that
sense.
together.
It doesn't matter how you got there. Just like happy
That was
you
like a
got
beautiful
there.
mind moment too. He's just
Yeah.
like, whoa! All the
Mind
thoughts flooding.
explosion.
You know that meme with all the equations on
Yeah,
over
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
But it was just
exactly
like
what it was.
all these scenes from Marvel flying to Toby's mind, like, okay, oh, this is connected
Oh,
through this.
man.
That's good, man.
That's
I'm not
great.
mad at that. That's a good
That's
ass
great.
theory.
Well,
Coulson,
which
Maria, Nick,
Yeah.
Val,
Yeah. Sharon.
Sharon.
I-
Also,
I-
essentially, you know what we're saying though? That's all Shield. We're
Yeah.
essentially saying that all the Shield agents are Skrulls.
Yeah.
That's scary, but that would
Right,
make
because
sense.
one of the directors was a Skrull too, and Captain Marvel. Like they could be anyone.
Yeah.
Who else? Let's talk Avengers though now.
I bet Ben Kingsley's character is a fucking Skrull.
The most useless Skrull ever. Why would that be? That's the most
I
useless
just bet it.
Skrull
Just to
ever.
spit on that whole fact of Mandarin crap. I bet you that guy's a Skrull.
They might even do it just to appease you at this point.
Yeah,
Doesn't
your
even matter.
Mandarin hate, man, is so weird. Like, I don't get it.
it.
Like, I get that it was a bad movie, but I mean, at this point, they've explained it and like converted it into something useful in Shang-Chi, and you're still like, no. It's like,
I wanted Ben Kingsley to be the real one with the magical powers and shit. I
Yeah,
wanted
man.
there to be a real
they
one.
gave us something deeper. They gave us something deeper.
I don't want deeper. I want superficial.
What if Hawkeye was a Skrull? Would it
No,
make
because
sense?
because he wouldn't have the hearing problem. More likely than not,
Okay.
because he could fix that, right? Like they could change
Yeah,
the body.
Skrulls.
Okay.
Skrulls just change whatever they want.
Yeah.
okay.
I think we haven't seen a lot of the characters that are going to end up being Skrulls is the
Mm.
problem. I don't think
Interesting.
I don't think any of the like politicians or anything like that. I don't think any of those guys, even if they were Skrulls, we didn't, I mean, one person I could say might have been a Skrull that people are going to get mad at, but this is crazy. This is crazy. The Captain America that comes back could have been Skrull.
Comes back from
Oh, the old Skrull, the old Cap,
The old one, old Cap.
possibly.
why?
The perfect opportunity to replace him would be the time that he doesn't show back up, right? Like he leaves, then he doesn't show up, and then there's an old man sitting there. If you replace that person with a Skrull,
Okay. I can
That's-
see it.
that's-
I can see it.
that's-
At this
that's
point, we're
an
just throwing out potential theories,
Yeah.
right? So
I'm just
I can
saying.
definitely see it.
I'm saying at the when, like, if you're looking at Avengers, the when would be very interesting, and there's certain characters that I don't see how you could like. There's a lot of stuff we don't see, obviously, like in between the movies and whatnot. One thing, for
I think
example,
we thought Hayward was potentially a Skrull or a bad guy. Hayward from
yes,
WandaVision.
yeah, WandaVision. I can see that.
Still something.
No, but that's it. You see,
He's still something.
no, I would say him being.
Yeah.
I would see him very much being a Skrull because he acted. He like
Very
the way he was
strange.
acting didn't even make sense.
Yeah.
But he would probably be like because that's the thing. I don't know where they're gonna go with the secret invasion because the Skrulls so far don't seem villainous.
Yeah,
Like
they seem. Yeah, they want to help.
right.
But that could be a shadow organization that doesn't really care to actually be a part. Like that might be the angle. Like Thunderbolt Ross, for example. I think he's a Skrull. Just based.
That would be brutal if that man was a Skrull. It would be
Because what? He had a
so
heart
cool.
attack and had to change a heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? You know which one would be really cool, but they probably won't do it? Happy.
Oh, that'd be shit.
Oh.
Happy would be a good Skrull. Happy would be a good Skrull. Tons
Has he
of
shown much
access.
emotion since Iron Man's death?
Oh,
see? That's I mean, we've seen Spider-Man cry more than we've seen Hogan.
Yeah. You've been friends with him most of his life.
I'll say Black Widow and Aunt May.
I was gonna say Aunt May too.
I was gonna say Aunt May, and then I thought Happy
wait.
over Aunt May.
Black
That's
Widow
funny.
is a Skrull?
Yeah, the one that died.
Oh, but again, when Skrulls die, they revert. So it'd be weird if the Skrull dies and then reverts to.
Like, ain't nobody see the body but Red Skull.
No, I know.
Well, we
already-
saw the body.
We saw her.
Yeah,
Wait 10 minutes.
I feel like we saw the body long enough that it would have reverted.
If they wanted you to see it long enough for it to revert.
Jesus.
What?
Semantics.
What?
Who else did
You
say
read
right
DC
after?
comics and you don't believe in the unimaginable? Come on.
I'm not
The
making comments about
unimaginable.
that. I'm not
The
making comments.
unfathomable. DC is definitely capable of doing the unfathomable, and that's not a good
Exactly.
We're not talking about DC. We're talking about Marvel.
We definitely do have to talk about Young Justice though at some point because it's been getting good. So we got to make sure we get.
Who
to
was
it.
your second?
Aunt May. To explain why she's so damn young. When she does come back, she's actually her
You already
age.
know my theory on her in this one, so I'm not even gonna.
Oh,
touch
she
it.
did.
I don't think.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel like there's gonna be some people
She's
from the
the Uncle Ben.
council.
Oh yeah. I feel it.
I feel there's gonna be some people from the Council of Wakanda that are gonna be
Wakandans can't be taken over by Skrulls.
Oh no!
Shit, what?
At least
mean?
in the comic book, the Skrulls cannot get into Wakanda. Every time they go into Wakanda, the Wakandan spirit is too strong and can tell fake Skrulls can take.
I did not know that fact.
Dude, that comic book, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If you have a chance, go back to Secret Invasion Wakanda, where Black Panther and Storm are holding fort in Wakanda, and every time they send a Skrull in, they immediately figure it out and kill them. It was such a good read. A good read. But yeah. So if they're staying true to that, that's the only reason I would say they can't. But
I can see that. I don't even really want Wakanda's going through their own issues right now. Yeah. I don't think they need Skrulls. They're probably gonna see Namor very soon. So Captain Marvel. Why does she always disappear when you need her the most?
But she's so powerful. The Skrulls are just faking that level of power. That'd be interesting, but I mean,
can they? I don't think they can. That level.
But they can duplicate her power set. They don't necessarily have to be as powerful.
I guess.
Yeah, but she's been doing some pretty powerful stuff the last few times we saw her.
Like what?
Yo. Oh, sorry.
Maybe it took them a while to get to her, and then when was the last time we saw her in the post-credit scene again? Or what movie was that?
Shang-Chi. Maybe
in that she's a Skrull.
And the different costume yet again.
Oh, yo. Big jokes too. If she is, it would make sense why she does the whole get my number from him, because the Skrull would know that he doesn't. That would be pretty funny.
She's on the list.
That would be a little nod if it's just like, oh, get my number from him, and then he's just like, I don't have her number. She always does that. It's like, Does she? Like, no, it's kind of weird.
Someone said Bruce Banner in our chat here.
Okay, I was gonna say Wong. It would make sense that Wong
Oh my
disappears every
gosh!
time.
Anyone who leaves the
Every time there's like trouble, this Skrull is just like, you know what? I actually don't have these powers. I'm just gonna go down this way.
That's fucking.
I actually
It's
can't
true.
help in this situation.
That's so true. Oh my
A
gosh!
Skrull, but wouldn't that also make more sense as to why a fucking like
Wong is tournament
beat up-
fighting.
Wong is in street fights, beat up Abomination. Really? That easily? It makes more sense that a Skrull did that shit.
Interesting.
That would make more sense. That would make
So
more
now
sense.
we're just casting doubt on everything.
This is why I'm always worried about the Skrull conversation, because this is exactly what happened in the comic books.
Yeah.
In the comic books, when they start figuring out Skrulls are amongst them, everyone starts thinking everyone's a Skrull, and that's the exact situation we're gonna get in.
Dang. And
Anyways.
I feel like some hints could be found in like the What If series too, because a lot of things that was in the What If have been showing up randomly in the shows we've been watching. I'm trying to think like who in that, like Hank Pym was evil in an episode, for example.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That might be a stretch.
That was a good episode though. We definitely know. Okay, you know what? I'll make it shorter list. Who I think could never be a Skrull because it wouldn't make sense. Wanda.
Yeah.
Wanda cannot be a Skrull. And then
Monica.
Yeah, Monica could not be a Thor wouldn't make sense as a Skrull. At least I don't think so. I agree with Dave on that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, honestly, Sam,
anyone else is open.
Bucky, like obviously, if we're gonna go by people who are acting suspicious, Sharon. But if we're gonna say who's not acting suspicious but could have been swapped at some point, Bucky is definitely an example. Yeah. He doesn't talk to anybody. He goes off on his own, disappears half the time. That's like those are prime characters that you could swap out.
You want to know what I hate the most in comics, movies, anime, TV shows? When someone's a villain and they are powerful as hell. Heck, they could barely hold Winter Soldier when he was like evil. But the moment he loses,
I see what you're saying.
The moment he turns good, homeboy, and he's weak. Like
the depowerment from not giving a fuck.
No, you know what it is though? That's Superman syndrome, right? Whereas like your conscience makes it that you hold back now.
Exactly.
That's I get what you're saying though.
Man.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good point because it's annoying. Like Winter Soldier, that man took out so many people and took down so much, and then all of a sudden he gets a conscience. He's just like, I want to be better, and then he can't fight against basic people anymore.
But to give him a credit due though, like technically when he was mind controlled, he didn't give a shit if he died, like at all.
Okay, that's also fair.
Yeah, like if you don't care if you die, you can do some fucking fucked up shit.
Essentially, being sent on suicide missions gives you, like, I guess, having a life and being like, yeah, you know what? I kind of like living. Maybe I need to die on these missions. You know what? This guy with the spear that's about to stab me. Do Skrulls symbiotes?
At some point, I think in the Skrull Kree War, like a Kree used a symbiote to infiltrate the Skrulls, but I don't think the Skrulls, they essentially have the same power. Like a Skrull and a symbiote kind of shapeshift. So I don't think they wouldn't be there wouldn't be a symbiotic. Although if there was ever any species that would be symbiotic with a symbiote, would be Skrulls.
Yeah, I was about to say,
but I don't remember that. I just remember a Kree potentially using a symbiote to infiltrate the Skrulls. But
yeah, I don't remember ever seeing the Skrulls. I don't remember the Skrulls ever being able a symbiote ever being on a Skrull.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of which characters the Skrulls can't take over. They can't take over Deadpool because when they try and do, is Deadpool the one that when they try and mimic him,
they go insane, I think.
Yeah, they go insane, and his healing factor, because of how his healing factor works, it causes mutations in them.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Because that's the whole reason why he's like important in Secret Invasion. Well, he helps. You know,
because Deadpool, his healing factor is constantly regenerating because he has cancer. Mm-hmm. And then when the Skrulls try and do it, they don't have cancer, but they give themselves his healing factor, so that just causes mutations. If I'm remembering right, if I'm wrong, please someone correct me. But I think that's what it was. Anyways,
I think you're close, but
I
I'm
feel
not
like
sure. Yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah, I think you're
remembering the
close.
scenes. I'm remembering the scenes of him fighting them on the ship, and them
Yeah.
chasing him, and them
Yeah,
mutating.
I think he
but
fakes. I think he fakes that he can help them, or he wants to be one of them.
yes,
And then
yes,
they take like his blood or something and use it to
Yeah.
create super Skrulls. But then those Deadpool Skrulls end up being like crazy or something and
Yes,
fighting
you're
the
right.
Super Skrulls.
Yes, that sounds
some weird
yes.
shit like
Now I
that.
remember. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds right.
yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds right.
yeah.
It's very a Deadpool ending to it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That man's so
That's
stupid.
funny.
So bad.
All right, we could jump off the MCU
let's
into the
MCU guys. You know how we feel. We love it. We probably talked about way more than anything else in the last couple months. So expect that in the new year after we've got now that it's fully out of our system, and we have a little bit of a break because there's not a new MCU show coming up, and there's not another movie coming out for a while until March, right? In
I
the
think,
2022.
Yeah.
So there'll be a little bit of a lull in us talking about MCU probably for a bit. But yeah, I'll just talk about this real quick. If you guys, honorable mention to the show Grand Crew. It's a new show on Peacock, black sitcom. It stars homeboy that played Mr. Terrific on Arrow. Thank you. And Echo Kellum, I think is his name. And Nicole Byer plays his sister. And then it's them two and they're his three best friends. And funny show, interesting. It's just nice to see black sitcoms. And what's his name? Morris from SNL, the first black SNL cast member, is does the intro for the show, which was interesting. Even though he's not in the next episode, for some reason he does the intro of the first episode, which was pretty fun because he just talks about the black man, and he's just like, the black man can be emotional, and it's like showing a black man crying, but he's also strong, and it's just good bit. So go check that out.
Cool.
Netflix's Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm gonna give this 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad enough that it should have been canceled.
I couldn't get through episode 2 though.
So
I'm telling you, if you watch it, it is not as bad as you know what I'll say. You know how I shat on Jupiter's Legacy as much as I did?
Mm-hmm.
It is not
worse.
Jupiter's. It's not like the fact that they both got canceled after the first season within like less than a month after the show was released. I'm sorry, but Cowboy Bebop is not in the same boat as Jupiter's Legacy. It had it deserved at least enough respect to let them pass a month before you decide to turn around and cancel the show. So my thing is, and I've been telling people lately, I think what Netflix is doing is pretty nasty, but I think Netflix is squatting on IPs by giving them shows. They do one season because they're not going to shelve something like Cowboy Bebop. They would get crucified. But they're squatting on shows on purposely just to shelve them. Same thing with this Avatar the live action Avatar show that is taking them so long to produce. That feels like shelving of a live action.
Well, why would they do that?
Because they don't want other people to be able to to stop competitors. You can't do it.
That's nasty.
That's Netflix, dude.
Wow. Hold on. You're gonna spend
Yes.
money, build up a whole thing, do dailies and all that annoying bullshit.
Yep.
Just
because look at Netflix's model. Netflix's model is they just have to put something out. Always. They always have to have something new. You can't have a network. Like, think about network TV as it is when we were younger. You didn't have to have a new show every month.
No. Oh,
Netflix
people
can't
start
go a
catching.
month.
People start
Netflix-
catching on to this, no?
it would just make
I
season 2.
don't think they are. It doesn't seem like they're figuring it out yet. But imagine if you guys.
But you did. If that's the case.
Well, the reason I did is because I just keep I'm paying attention to Netflix's
MO.
Netflix is they cancel everything after one season. So many shows are canceled after one season.
It is getting kind of fishy.
Yeah.
At one point, you have to say Fox was doing it because Fox was just we're not making enough of an influence in the market with these shows. We're going to cancel. And they usually don't produce a full season. They only produce a couple episodes. But Netflix is binge TV. So you have to make a full season. So you make the full season and then and it doesn't do well. But you still have to have something every month. You have to, or you're going to lose position in the market. And then you also don't want your competitors to be able to make this content because they're going to make it because you aren't the go-to for the streaming content anymore. So you sign a deal with Nickelodeon to grab up Avatar, which someone was going to make a live action Avatar. Someone was going to do it. They did the movie. It did poorly. Just wait a couple of years. You're going to do it again. What did they do? They make a deal with Nickelodeon. The deal has a whole bunch of TV shows and animated shows for Nickelodeon. Meanwhile, CBS was waiting too long before they started making stuff. CBS finally Viacom. Viacom finally figures their shit out, puts together Paramount Plus. Now you can put everything under Paramount Plus. Guess what? You can't do a live action Nickelodeon show, live action Avatar, because we already signed a deal over here at Netflix.
Wow.
So now,
Wow.
Nickelodeon hires back the two guys after Netflix messed them up and they broke apart from each other. Hired back the two guys, and now those guys are going to do an Avatar universe, but it's going to be animated. They're not going to touch live action.
They need to stop messing with anime shows because they're gonna those fans. I don't know. Because the show had a huge amount of buzz, man. People were super excited to see a live action Cowboy Bebop. I wasn't a huge Cowboy Bebop fan myself, but I know where it stands in the realm of like anime shows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to do that,
that's beloved. That's like making a live action Princess Mononoke and like shelving that. That's wow. That's
what I'm saying. What sense would it make to make something this beloved, do one season, and then cancel it within a month when the show? It's not that bad.
We have people saying that the anime community was actually mad at the live action interpretation. So is Netflix pandering to them?
No, it's not because of that.
Okay.
No, because one of my buddies was telling me the people who criticized the show the most, even they said it wasn't bad enough to cancel. It just wasn't great. It had potential with what you could do with it, especially the way you ended the show. You literally ended the show with the potential for another run.
Right.
I'm telling you, they're squatting on IPs, man. And I'm going to mention it in the news, but I'll mention it right now. Mega Man film in works at Netflix for live action.
Oh boy,
that's going to be a mess. They're going to squat on it and mess it up.
Come on.
I heard Mega Man. Oh shit,
they're going to mess it up. Anyways.
All right, Young Justice.
They don't really care about us. Damn.
They don't. Netflix does not care about us. Damn. Netflix does not care about anime fans or like nostalgic fans. They don't. They're just making. Netflix's only goal is to make content so that people will keep their subscriptions but not cancel them. Because right now they're not gaining momentum in the market.
I'm finna cancel them niggas.
Cowboy Bebop, Mega Man, who cares? All I want to say is that
really with us. Yeah, sing it.
Yeah, wild.
Sing it.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Young Justice, catch me up, people.
Hit yo.
I don't know what's going on. Them niggas are on Mars, and then I saw Titan doing some shit.
No, they're not on Mars. They're on Mars.
Yeah,
Did you notice they started doing that with everything this season?
Everything. It's so annoying.
Everything has to be pronounced properly.
Yeah, come on, guys.
There's a whole social. There's a whole weird social political thing going on this season that I'm not enjoying. Like I said it before, I said it last week. Stop.
I'm feeling very triggered. Almost like, yo, come on. This racism on Mars is really trying to get to me. I don't need to feel black 24/7 when I'm watching
this racism on Mars.
Yeah. John Jones. Like, stop. Yeah. It's John Jones. All right.
Stop. John Jones.
Man. Anyway, sorry. I didn't watch the latest episode, but I've seen all of it.
Martian. So he's a green Martian. This is a red Martian.
Red Martian, yellow Martians.
Blood clot, many Martians. Then you have spaceships making love and making spaceship babies. The fuck is going on? And then your spaceship leaves you. Hey, yo, I ain't coming back, but here's my pick-me-them.
Here's the reason why I had this baby. He's gonna take you. What?
I want to retire. Here's my child.
I'm done with you crazy ass humans. I'm done getting lasers shot at me. Fuck all that shit. I'm about to go off with this lady. But here's my kid though.
Yeah, yo, that's nuts. That was nuts. I gotta say, so for me, I'm liking the show. I think the only issue is the show feels almost like an anthology show.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me like I want to see, where the fuck is Aqualad? Like why? Like give me where's the
not
team?
his season.
You're only getting 6 characters this season, Brian.
Yo, yeah, man. I want like if you're imagine you did a sitcom and you had 5 cast members, and in one season you just used 3 cast members, and 2 of them are in the credits at the beginning of the show. Every episode, but his ass is never in the damn show.
It's like the season of Fresh Prince with Jazz, Hillary, and not even Will. It's like Jazz, Hillary, and Carlton.
Like, that's it. And not to insult Tigress, but you're not the one I'm here to watch. You're cool.
I think
like
those two episodes were like, okay, let's get to let's move on.
I'm Sportsmaster's daughter. Yes, bitch, we know, we get it. You went through a lot. Like, can we please?
Didn't they do that in season 1 or season
2?
Yeah.
You gotta find Chassar, my sister, for the 900th time.
It's the running gag that no one wants to hear anymore.
No,
like you know when someone says the same joke over and over and over again, you're like, yes, I get it. It's funny. This is like, yes, I get it. It's dramatic. You know I'm over it.
You know what the most insulting part of it is? Just give us the fucking Bat Family if you want to do Bat Family.
Yeah.
Don't do Bat Family through Tigress. I think
we're getting it, but we're gonna get that next season. I don't think we're even seeing Bat Family this season.
But I'm saying we've seen the entire Bat Family, Bat Family story, but it's not with Batman or the Bat Family. It's with Tigress. And every time I'm just like, you need to get these stupid people out of here and just give me if you're gonna show me Damien as a baby with Talia al Ghul, actually show me that shit instead of this weird thing you're doing where they're background characters while Tigress is talking to a character XYZ.
Yes, I agree.
Who's in there now? Arrowhead? Is that Arrowhead?
Yes.
Who gives a fuck about Arrowhead?
Yo,
why is he there?
Sometimes when her and Harper talk, I'm just like, you people need to shut the fuck up and give me more interesting character. I'm not here for you. This is not why I watched the show.
Oh, speaking of Young Justice, totally not mentioned at all. Titan season 3 showed up on Netflix.
Oh,
super quick. Like nobody even.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's not even worth talking about.
We're not going to talk about it.
No, we're not.
I'm not getting it.
I just wanted to say that it ended up on Netflix and didn't. Mind you, Young Justice season 3 is still not on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get it.
I think Titans. I'm not sure how connected in terms of like the company, how connected they are, but I think they try to do a death as significant as, spoiler alert, Superboys.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And it didn't hit. It didn't hit.
No, he's not dead.
He got burned up though.
He got taken. He's not dead. He got taken by the Legionnaires.
That's what I think.
Oh, 100.
Into the 31st century.
That's
because why else are they there?
Yeah, that's the story of Superboy. Yeah. So, but it's just cruel how they're doing it because
it's a straight up death.
Megan,
I wanted to see her freak out and be like, "It's Megan!"
My God. Did his skin have to burn off though? Did they have to do all that? Like,
I mean, you have to make it convincing.
He's already about to explode.
Harley Whiplash over here was.
Oh shit!
Man,
wow!
Yo, had to jump in lava, see his skin burn, blowed up. Come on.
Yeah, Superboy getting pulled out and them not explaining, which is fine for those of us who know the story of the Legion and Superboy. We understand that was most likely the moment where he gets pulled out of time and thrown into the future. But it just seems cruel the way they're doing it because if you don't know, all you're seeing every week is like John Kent asking his dad, "Where's Uncle Connor?" And then
why was that needed? Can we actually? That's one thing I'm going to say. Why did we need that?
Yeah, John Kent's on the show.
They want to convince us. Okay. Here's why it was
the
needed.
Baby. Oh wow,
it's
not the baby. He's
because
like,
he's like an infant.
Dave,
no,
sure.
But
the average fan doesn't know these storylines, so they have to convince people to come back and keep watching. And they have to make his death believable because not everybody knows about the Legion.
Yeah,
matter of fact, we haven't seen them since that episode, right?
Yes, yeah.
I didn't know that. I pieced that together because of what was going on.
Okay.
Like I'm not the biggest Superboy fan.
But I mean, again, you have the wherewithal and the knowledge to like deduce things. We deduce things all the time. We
Yeah.
I
Like,
picked apart Hawkeye in one viewing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like even if you were just watching the show, the fact that these 3 Legionnaire characters show up, keep helping them, and then Superboy dies, and then those Legionnaire characters never show up
God.
again. It's like, I mean, 2 + 2 is 4. Like it
they
was so
But-
ridiculous.
But I do agree. I think one thing that this season is suffering from is there's like lulls in some of the storytelling, and I think it's because of the anthology approach that Brian was mentioning earlier. It's like you don't need to like cut people out. They should have mix mashed things a bit more, I find.
Yeah, like using his death to transition to the Tigress story. I was like, okay. And then her
Yeah.
dealing with her emotions, and that leads into these 2 characters. And then the end of that story leads into Vandal Savage telling us, so you know how Savage's daughter is one of the 2 that showed up, right?
Yeah.
And then
He's like, you can't trust her, or this.
Yeah.
Right.
So you kind of like that's the thing. Watching the show, I see what they've done. They started the show with Martian. What's her name? Miss Martian. Miss Martian, Superboy, and not Bart.
Beast Boy.
Garfield going to Mars, and then his death leads to Artemis' story, and then Artemis' story leads to Vandal Savage's story. Which is now him telling a story about the Chaos gods, and then Witch Boy, and then the story is now about magic. So they went from space to the Bat family type stuff and espionage and ninja spy, all that whatever crap, Ra's al Ghul, blah blah blah, and then they transitioned into the Chaos gods and magic gods. So
Sinking Atlantis.
Yeah, all that stuff. So Vandal Savage's whole story is them explaining everything, like.
Man, that story of torture,
yeah,
where they keep killing
1,000 days. How many days did he kill him?
300.
Yeah, the
300.
Carry On the Witch Boy killed Vandal Savage for like 300 days straight until he got bored, and that's when he was just like, "Oh, you're special," and then they made a deal. That's dude, honestly,
yeah, dude. It was.
I hate that
dark.
kid. That character.
But also,
that episode was dark, though.
Yeah, one of the things that bothered me a little bit was I get that you guys were just like, okay, we don't want to change the character design for him because we're just going to keep it the same. But in what world would it make sense that this boy dresses up like a schoolboy from the 1950s in ancient times when Vandal Savage is a caveman? Like, some of that shit to me, it's like, guys, it would have taken 2 seconds to just put him in a white robe. Like anything so that it makes more sense than him wearing this schoolboy like Freddie Munster from the Monster uniform that the little son wore. Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
He's got a big body count, though. Let's put it that way.
Oh my god,
dude!
Yo, I didn't know that I didn't know he was like that. I knew he was messed up. Based on what they said, it's like this man has murdered continents. He sunk Atlantis. He didn't even just sink. He sunk it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Him and Vandal.
Vandal Savage's son is like impresses the gods of order and makes they give him a gift. He flourishes and Atlantis becomes this wonderful place. Vandal shows up and says, "You know what would be even cooler though? If we sank this shit to the bottom of the ocean to really test the strength of our newfound metas." And his son's like, "Bitch, are you crazy?" No. So Vandal goes, "Cool. I'm gonna wait for Clarion, or what's his real name? I'm saying. I feel like I'm saying
Clarion.
I'm gonna wait for Clarion because him and I made a deal that after 1,000 years, when he comes back, we're gonna do some shit together." And then Clarion shows up and he says to Clarion, "Hey man, I want to sink this city so that I can test the strength of these metas that we created." And he's like, Clarion's like, "Oh yeah, baby." Sinks the city, then has so much fun sinking the city, he sinks the entire continent of Atlantis and sinks it all underground, killing everyone except the human Muraris or whatever, which ends up being the Atlanteans who can breathe underwater. And that's where we're at now. Oh, also, Clarion has lost favor with the other Chaos gods, and another Chaos god has shown up and is just like, "Hey, I'm here to kill you because you're not doing anything. We're tired of you, so you need to go."
DC.
Oh, and
DC.
Blood is back. Jason Blood and Etrigan have come back because the Phantom said, "Hey, we need some magic help," and Etrigan was just like, "Fine, I'll do it."
Etrigan
I love your
die?
over
He's always
simplification of it
down.
all.
Didn't
Yo.
Etrigan die?
No, he's
Yeah.
been that's what.
But that's
Didn't
the point.
die
He
on the
dies
show?
and he always gets brought back.
Yeah.
That's the point. Like at first he's trapped to him, and then it's like, well, now it's your curse that anytime anyone needs Etrigan, you're going to be there too.
Mhm.
That
It
sucks.
becomes his curse after he dies.
Man.
all to say, I like the show. I just don't like this season's direction. But
Legends of the Fall Off.
shit, facts. But I will say
Dog.
this: still better than Titans.
Oh, that's not hard.
Needed the jab. Needed the little side and the little twist.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all I-
like on its the worst episode of this season is still better than any episode from Titans for the last season.
From the season 3, agree.
Yeah, season 3.
Yeah, it's leaps and bounds beyond Titans. Titans started hot, and now I think it's a dumpster fire. I don't think it
And
ever
it's
recovered from
not.
the season. Yeah, I think it's
so
done. I think
sad.
it's over.
Remember
run
when
is
we were
done.
just like, "Whoa, they finally did it! They
Mhm.
finally made a good one! Fuck you,
Mhm.
Berlanti! This is it!"
Berlanti said, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah. It's,
You're
whoa. We're making people happy. Nah.
Nah, we don't do that."
It's like, dude,
Oh, no.
why?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Berlanti, the DC of Dan Harmon.
I feel it.
I mean, I don't even have the theme, the geek news and rumors theme. I thought I had it and it's not working today, but geek news and rumors. Geek news and rumors. I gotta say this because we're already talking about it. Fuck Berlanti, but the
What do you do now?
Batwoman team is 3 writers from the Batwoman team are developing a Gotham Knights series over at CW.
Yo,
Tommy just laughing at them. God damn.
Yo, that was actually I was gonna talk, and that was an involuntary laugh. Why are they doing this? What's happening?
Dude,
what the hell?
this is so upsetting to think like, oh, hey, you know what's a good idea? You know that video game that everyone's been excited for that we pushed back multiple times and have upset people? Let's make a show about those characters. And then someone else said to them, wait, aren't the half of those characters already in this other show, Titans? And someone said, yes, but let's make it anyways.
so they're literally making a show about a video game that they can't put out right
No,
now.
apparently it's not even related. It's like
It's just the characters. Nightwing, Jason.
it's just the characters. Yeah.
Yeah, Nightwing, Jason, Batgirl, and Damian, right? That's what it
think
looked
so.
like people were saying. So Gotham Knights, that team is supposedly going to get their own show on the CW, even though that team, part of that team is already on Titans.
Well, just Nightwing and Jason again.
That's
And-
2 out of 4.
and
That's 50%.
Batgirl's on the team.
Oh, yeah.
Batgirl's not on the team.
She's not on the team, but
She's not on the team, but she's in the show.
yeah, she's in the show. That's fair. The only person that's not there is Damien.
And no, I was about to say Tim, but that was a lie. I was
Yeah.
about to say it. So it was a
Oh
lie.
yeah, true. Tim is there. Yeah, because Tim is in the Gotham Knights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's in there too.
God damn, CW, stop! Yo, someone needs to tell Berlanti you need to stop.
Warner Brothers and CW have to have a little talk, like a little, like a little, like let's get our priorities straight. Ducks in a row. Who's allowed to use whom?
Yeah,
We win, not you. Like, and that's it.
I've never seen so many desperate grabs at straws. in
yeah.
my life. So
It's crazy.
many.
And you
It's
know what's
insane.
really crazy about all this? I'll say this very quickly. Stargirl, still one of the most interesting out of all these shows.
And we don't
Last
even
It's
watch
season-
a teenager show. It's a
Last season
teen-
versus Eclipso, not that bad.
It wasn't.
It
I
wasn't
finished that.
that
I
bad.
finished that last week. Actually, I was
Was
going to say
not
it
that
was
bad,
not
yeah.
bad. It wasn't bad.
Wow.
Compared to the others, I was just like, oh, this. I'm not. I don't
I-
want to.
I
don't-
wanted to watch the next episode.
Yo,
Yeah.
like throw them a
They've
bone.
jaded
like,
me. They've jaded me so hard that even their ones you guys say is good, I don't even
Whoa,
pay
whoa,
attention
whoa, whoa,
to
whoa!
anymore.
I didn't use the word good. I
Yeah.
said not bad.
Palpable is the term I'll use.
I'm never gonna use the word
Palpable.
good. I'm never gonna use the word good.
It's like
I will
going to
not-
someone's house and they make you dinner and you eat it. And you're like, it's edible. So I'm gonna finish eating.
That's
Oh my
messed
God.
up.
You know how rude that is, though. The idea that
Okay.
if someone gave you food, you're just like, this is edible, but I ain't coming back.
Oh, I've done that. We've all done that. What do you mean?
I know,
We
but,
all
like,
have.
but that's what you imagine that as a network.
That's what it is.
Like
That's
your
what it
content is so bad that people are just like, I'm gonna go for Big Mac after this because this wasn't good.
I had this ex-girlfriend
Well, I mean, it's
whose
like-
best friend swore she was the best cook in the world. Boy, man, just faking that many times. Crazy. You ever like go to someone's house, eat their food, but never chew?
Oh no!
You ever train
You're-
yourself on how to
You're
swallow
doing
whole?
it. They eat and drink water right away, so you go.
My man, you know exactly what I'm talking
my
about.
God.
They'll eat and drink water instantly. So you're just like, you have to mash it up at the side so it doesn't touch your tongue. And you,
Oh no!
that's what CW is doing. Hey.
Oh my God.
Man, it's not the CW I grew up with anyway. They had
Oh
some.
no,
plot
but
when I
that's the
was-
thing,
when we were
Toby.
younger.
It is.
This
It's just
is
that
so-
now we're older to see it. Remember we talked about
Oh.
ignorance is bliss? We grew up
yeah.
and that shit was gone. The
Did
veil was
Supernatural
lifted.
finally end?
No, I mean we saw Superman being Smallville being what it was when it got to that point. I think I would assume.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
right. It was good for the first few seasons.
Season 8 is when it really kind of.
But like that's the thing with Smallville, the expectations were low because it was just like
True,
we always.
it was the first ish of the sky,
Yeah.
right?
But then when you gave us Smallville and Smallville had some very good storylines and then some bad
Yeah.
storylines, you were just like,
Yeah.
okay, well this is not horrible. But then you gave us Arrow and Arrow was just like,
Oh.
oh, this isn't that bad.
You
early
guys gave
on.
us season 1 and 2 an Arrow and then just continuously went backwards.
No,
Yeah.
every year.
Season 3. Season 1 was meh. Then season 2 and 3 are Deathstroke, and then
Oh, okay.
that's when they dismounted and broke their ankle.
Oh damn. Dismounted and
Which
broke
season
their
is the
ankle.
season where
That's
Thea
such a
dies or
bougie-
like?
That's such a bougie comparison. I just gotta say,
Season
you dismounted-
4 is Thea dying or something.
But it wasn't like it was like a fake death. Or
Yeah, some
something.
kind of shit.
No,
I
she
just
died.
remember-
She died.
Oh yeah,
La-
they bring her
and
back
Lazarus
to the
Pit.
Lazarus Pit. Yeah.
Yes.
And then she went on
That's
a
when-
murderous rampage.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
no one
when that's,
does
yep,
but her.
that's the moment when Thea died and all that craziness
They-
started.
They
That's
jumped
when
the
it's-
Lazarus Pit.
The exact moment, actually, I'll tell you, the exact moment is fake ass Ra's al Ghul stabbing Mans in the chest, pushing him off a cliff, and the next
Yes.
episode he's alive.
yes.
Oh yes,
That's true.
Yes,
That's
That
true.
is the
Yeah.
That did
exact
piss
That's
me
true.
off.
moment.
That did piss me
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Because you're like, why is
Um,
Ra's al Ghul on a Arrow show? Why is
Yeah.
he stabbing dude in the chest? Oh, and you're alive. Not even 2 episodes
Yeah.
later.
Yeah,
The
he
next
doesn't even
episode.
he doesn't like double tap the body to make sure that he's dead.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not Ra's al Ghul, you know what I'm saying? Because like he kills someone and then he asks his henchman to shoot it again, like afterwards.
Ah, yeah, that's terrible.
Speaking of WB properties, Keanu Reeves wants back as John Constantine, but has stated on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, no one wants him. So-
What he really
so-
means is, I don't fuck with them DC niggas. I don't want to know.
So
fine.
I mean, I don't know if I would want another Keanu Reeves Constantine movie. I like Keanu Reeves as
No.
Constantine, but based
But
on
I
what
like
they're
I
doing
like
now,
I like
yeah,
the
Matt,
other
whatever,
Constantine better. I like him better.
yeah, yeah,
Much
he's
better.
more.
I would like one where like he kind of goes a little bit more that way because Keanu Reeves did a great job, but he went too far. If they were to like recast him and he'd go a little bit like become British and all that stuff, I'd be more into that. Like I don't like
You want it to become
no, but
British?
like go to
We already
go to
have
the
a
roots.
British-
No, but go back to the actual.
Oh,
roots.
yeah, yeah.
One thing that they strayed away from certain details, and because he was like basically American and stuff, there was a lot of things that
Oh yeah,
wouldn't regularly happen that would happen in a Constantine thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, which is why we're all saying we like the what's it called, Matt Ryan's John Constantine,
yeah.
because he's more
I think he did.
accurate.
Even if Legends makes it comedic, I still think he does a better version than
100%.
Keanu.
Is
Which,
he still
uh,
on the show?
No, I think he left.
Good.
He like, or
But,
he.
but
if
I mean,
he's-
but he wasn't a joke before. He had his own show before he went on Legends. Constantine was
Yeah.
like a year, like a season
yeah,
or two.
NBC show.
it had a season,
Yeah.
one season.
Yeah, it was good.
NBC
But it just
canceled
got
that
canceled
so
because
quick.
they don't know
So
they don't know
quick.
what they're doing.
See, that's the difference between NBC and Netflix. NBC was just like, "Oh, you bitches ain't watching," canceled. they didn't do a whole season, and then the property went back to WB. Cool.
Yo,
Meanwhile, Netflix
Yeah.
out here just grabbing it all up.
just
leaving it up.
imagine being so petty to spend that much money so that no other people can play with your
I'm
toy.
telling you, that's what I think they're doing. I'm telling you, it does not make sense to.
In a way, that's kind of fly. If you're that rich, that's kind of fly.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna buy up all these Lambos because you can't try to.
Last piece of news. This one more centered to Canadian moviegoers. Cineplex awarded $1.24 billion in damages in their lawsuit against Cineworld. For those of you who don't know who Cineworld is a UK movie theater chain. They're one of the world's biggest, and they tried to buy Cineplex at the end of December 2019. Of course, the pandemic hit, and by June 2020, they tried to pull out of their deal, essentially pulling out of their deal. At which point, Cineplex was just like, "Hey, we're bleeding. You can't just screw us." So they sued them and just won.
How much?
Cineworld put in a countersuit for like 5.54 million, which was chump change. I don't even know why they did that, and that already got thrown out by the judge. So Cineworld is going to be appealing, and they don't plan on paying until the appeal is finished. But that's about it.
How
I thought
much
that
were they
might
going to
be
buy Cineplex for?
that they didn't say. Oh, did they say? Because I know they originally Cineplex sued them for 2.1 billion, but they only got awarded 1.2 billion.
So hold up. They were gonna buy Cineplex for some $1 billion amount.
Yeah.
Pandemic hit, they're like, things are not looking good. We're gonna pull out. And now
Yeah.
Cineplex is like, you're leaving us in the dark. We had a contract on the go. You're not gonna buy us, and we're still gonna take your money.
Yeah, I'll say this though. The reason that they went after them is because Cineworld tried to make it look like Cineplex reneged on deals. Like they tried to make it look like the reason they weren't finalizing the deals because Cineplex acted in poor conscience. Like, they didn't pay landlords and they didn't do this. And Cineplex was just like, yeah, because there's a pandemic. Like we didn't do no one was paying these bills that you guys are saying we reneged on. Like it wasn't because we didn't want to. It's a pandemic. Like, what are you talking about?
Yo, they just lost money.
Yeah. Cineworld is just losing money.
Damn.
This was a mistake. They should have
a poor choice.
Yeah, the way they pulled out of the deal was poorly done. Like if you wanted to pull out of the deal, you should have negotiated a way to end the deal instead of trying to pull out of the deal by saying you guys didn't honor certain things. And Cineplex is just like, yes, we did not honor those because the industry was dying. Everyone was losing money. If we had paid these bills that you're saying we didn't pay, you wouldn't have bought anything. Like that doesn't make sense.
That's crazy. That sucks. That sucks.
But I do like that Cineplex, a Canadian company, stood up and said, "Nah, you can't play us like that," and won. So that's one of the reasons that.
And now that they can stay open.
Yeah, 1.24. If they can finalize that deal, that's a lot of change. I mean, it's not all the change they need, but it's a pretty penny. So fingers crossed.
It is. Wow.
I say this only because I have a Cine Club card and I like my free monthly movie. So don't go under. Because I want my free monthly movie.
Don't let us down.
They won't.
My free monthly movie this month is the one I'm seeing tomorrow. Shout out to No Way Home.
Oh boy,
snap.
can't
That's
wait. Dope. Cannot wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I can't wait. And Brian, I can't wait till we have a conversation once it's done.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So you can eat crow.
I'm gonna literally have that conversation
I will
immediately.
never have to eat crow.
Dave, I'm only seeing it. I'm seeing it after you guys, but I told you I am okay with spoilers. Just message me and be like, "You were right," and I'm giving him shit right now.
You're gonna give either a smiley face or frustration face. That's the one of two you're gonna get.
The smiley face would be enough for me to understand.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. It is not that I don't think these characters need to be there. It's that I don't want them to
be there.
I don't want them there.
Their inclusion will make sense if they're included.
I don't want them. I
Their
want
inclusion
Miles,
of any
I
other
want
Spider
Gwen.
person would make sense.
Thank you. And
okay,
again,
that's fine.
I'll say this. If that movie does not have one other Tom talking to Tom at any point, they fucked up.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
they didn't. They didn't.
No.
You're
It
fine
did.
though. It's okay.
You
You'll be
can't
alright.
do
You'll
a
get over it. You'll
multiverse.
get over
You
it. It's
can't
okay.
do a multiverse and Tom never talks to himself in the multiverse. It makes no sense.
Of course you
Anyways.
can. It's okay.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
What's our schedule next week? We're being asked if we're off next week.
No, we're back next week.
Here.
What you
Okay.
think we're gonna take the week off after the movie? No, we have things to say.
Are we doing so here's the thing. I guess we maybe we could talk about it once the show's done. If we're doing a special ep like on a Monday or something.
Yeah,
just to
we're
kinda
gonna figure that out. But we'll let you guys
review.
know. Follow. You know what?
And it will be non-spoiler maybe.
That's a
Next
lie.
week? Should we-
We're spoiling it.
fuck?
You
We
two are
should
going to
spoil it?
literally talk about what you just talked about.
Yeah,
So,
how are we
like,
not
what
gonna
the hell
spoil
are
it?
you
We're gonna be
talking about?
arguing throughout the whole thing.
Dave's right.
Yeah, either I'm gonna be yelling about how mad I am, or you're gonna be yelling at me.
Nah, you know what?
like,
You're gonna
fuck
think
you,
you
Brian,
think
this
you're
is
gonna
your
be
fault.
mad, but I guarantee you're gonna watch it and you're gonna be like, oh man, you know what? They did it well. I'm okay with this.
You know what I'm
that'll
really
be
excited for?
that'll be your final reaction.
I'm so excited for, and I've been saying this. I said this to a couple people. If when they don't show up, the universal energy from the anger that people will be so beautiful.
That wave.
Guys, I am.
Disappointment.
It is going to be more powerful than when 500 million people show back up on Earth after the snap. I want that anger. I want to
This
feed
guy
on
said
it.
the
I'm
universal
so excited.
energy.
I'm so excited for it.
man.
I'm so excited for that level of disappointment. I honestly am. telling
Wow.
you. Ooh,
Sometimes I really wonder if
gonna
you're
power
like an
me.
evildoer, Brian. Like there
It's
are
gonna power me.
times that I
gonna
really
power me.
wonder which side of the
I am
force you
gonna
are on,
ride-
my friend.
I'm gonna ride that
man.
high so much. Ooh, it's
That's
gonna
fine.
feel
You
good.
know what? I'll reverse that energy you're talking about, and I'll be like Goku and turn into a spirit bomb. Just give me your energy. Just
Oh my god.
I can't wait. I can't
that
wait.
is a
I'm
nerd sign off.
pumped. I am pumped.
All right,
I am
guys.
pumped.
We are out. Always fun doing the show. We'll be back next week, as you know. Again, we're warning you now. There will be spoilers because we are going to talk about the movie. Because also it's the end of the year. It's going to be the last episode, so it's not like we could save it for the next one.
No.
But with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. We had so much fun. Don't forget to check out the Morning Detour on Friday. They got that contest. You might not want laser removal, which is fair, but if you want if you want to have that skin cleaned up and have someone do a full facial, those actually are very good. It makes your skin feel really great. You can ask Wizzy about it. Hit him up on socials if you want to find out more. But yeah, check out Detour 514 on all their socials. Guys, that's the whole show. Always a blast. We'll be back next week in the land of the
Deuces.
spider.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.